Oh, awesome. Well, welcome to our call, you guys. I'm super excited. It is August 14th. We are more than halfway into 2018, which seriously blows my freaking mind. Like, blows my mind. Tonight, we have Ashley, and I titled this call Mastering Success Club with Limited Time because Ashley is one of the busiest people I know, and she crushes Success Club every single month. And so she's been a coach for a little over 2 years. She's a Success Club 10 All-Star, meaning she's hit Success Club 10 for 12 consecutive months. And she's 3 months away from being a Success Club 10 legend. So meaning she's officially hit Success Club 10 plus for 21 months in a row. She's a 1-star qualifying coach. Her average monthly Success Club points are right around 30 every single month. And she has continued that throughout this entire year. And she just locks it in at the beginning of the month, and she's going to share with us what we do. I say over and over, and I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing it, but there is no single way to do this business. The way that I do it is different than the way that Rachel does it, is different than the way that Kelsey does it, is different than the way that Ashley does it, and Ashley's going to bring something different, totally different to the table than what we teach you. So other than that, Ashley, I'm just going to throw it over to you, so go girl.
Awesome. Hi guys, can everybody hear me okay? Perfect. Okay, so first things first, I've been so sick all day, so like this situation, like I'm so sorry that I look like this. Okay, second thing before I start, my boyfriend's gonna get home in like probably 20 minutes, and my dogs, forget it, they're gonna go nuts. So I apologize in advance for the barking, but it'll just last for a couple seconds. Okay, I think those were my announcements for the call. So hi, I'm so happy to be here. I'm Ashley. For everybody who doesn't know, I am 24 and I live in Maine. Yeah, in Maine, kind of around the central region. I am a dog mom of 2, and I live here in Maine. I just bought my first house with my boyfriend of 6 years. And yeah, we're just crushing it over here. So I am literally like so honored and like humbled that Megan asked me to come like share how I run my business, because I have followed Megan ever since I became a coach, and I just love what she does. She crushes it. So I'm like just very honored that she asked, and I'm glad that we're kind of teaming up for each other's teams. So like she said, I started coaching in May of 2016, so a little bit over 2 years now, and yep, I'm in 1-star qual, which is really exciting. But my real big thing in this business, I would say my greatest strength really is Success Club, and I think it's because I'm so motivated by numbers and like beating myself. Like I want to be better than I was last month, and it just became like right from the start of the business, it just kind of became like almost like a game for me. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I hit, like at the beginning, I was like, yeah, I already hit Success Club 6. So my goal next month is 10, and I'm going to hit 10. And then the next month I hit 10. So maybe 12 this month. So like, I always have just been really motivated to like beat my best almost, which is funny because we just did it in July. So that's kind of where like the whole, like I would say relatively high Success Club numbers. I mean, I'm not hitting like Success Club 150, like those top coaches, but I would say that 30 is kind of high. So I think that's really where that stems from. It's like the drive and the goal to like beat my Success Club number in the past, which is super funny. So that's kind of where the whole Success Club thing stems from. But just a little bit about me and my schedule. I am pretty busy, and like I don't have kids, so like I'm sitting here all the time like watching all of these Beachbody coaches on my social media absolutely crush it as moms. Like I'm like, Megan, like how do you even, like kids are so busy, and I don't even have kids, and I feel so busy. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die when I have kids, basically. But it's like crazy to me. Like you guys are, whoever has kids on here, like rock star status to you guys. So I actually don't have kids, but I would say I'm relatively busy. So I am just gonna actually take you through like what I do every single day and how I fit my vitals in every day, because I have a lot of girls on my team who have a hard time fitting in their vitals when they are having like busy days, when they work a full-time job. So I like to, like, my whole team knows what I do every single day. And the key to this, really like getting in your vitals every single day, which will in turn lead you to Success Club. It's really about time management and self-discipline. Like, I know exactly what time I will do each vital behavior. It's not like, okay, yeah, during this time I like do my work. It's like, no, at this time of day I add people. Like, I am very specific about what my day is. So I work one-to-one with students with autism in a public school. So kind of like a special education teacher. I work in a really specialized program. So it's like very, very intense ABA therapy, if anybody knows what that is. It's very intense and it's very stressful. So I work like 50 hours a week just because it's a specialized program. So I work over school hours. So I have very long, tiring days, right? I also am a full-time graduate student getting my master's in applied behavioral analysis, which is what the ABA therapy is that I work in now. So I'm a full-time grad student. I work that job, and time-wise, I obviously coach part-time, but I make a full-time income. I actually make more than my full-time job at school. So that's what I don't want to, I mean, I work the business part-time because I literally only have a couple hours, right? But it's basically a full-time business. I also, my boyfriend who I live with is a police officer. So if any cop wives are on here, holla at you. It's crazy. Or anybody's significant other that works overnights. Holy moly. You understand that it's a very crazy schedule. I have to, like, he's sleeping and I'm awake, and then I'm sleeping, he's awake, and it's like, to make time to be a girlfriend is like super hard. So I have that. My dogs are crazy. My dogs are absolutely crazy. One of them has extreme behavioral problems, like literal had to hire a therapist, guys, not kidding, and medical problems. So high maintenance, guys, high maintenance stuff here. So I am very busy. I feel very busy, but I thrive on being busy. But the key to being busy and doing this business is to schedule your day like nobody's freaking business. Like nobody's business. Okay, let me take you through a day. I wake up in the morning. I wake up. My eyes, I used to not work out in the morning, and now I have to work out in the morning or I'll never get it done. So I changed my morning routine about a year ago. So this is what I do every single day. I wake up in the morning, literal, my eyes are open. Okay, I open my eyes. I keep this, like a little bit of water with a straw and Energize right next to my bed. You want to know why? Because I hate the morning. But you know what? I get up anyway because we get paid to work out. So my eyes are half open. I have to peel them open, and I still close eyes. I reach over to my nightstand and I pour my Energize, and I'm sleeping. I'm laying down and I'm stirring the Energize because I'm like dead to the world. So as I'm doing that, guys, I drink my Energize in bed. I'm still in bed. No excuses, right? No, I'm still in bed. I'm drinking my Energize. So as I'm drinking my Energize and I'm waking up and I am, what did I say? Drinking my Energize. I already said that. I immediately put on a podcast in bed. I don't care if he's sleeping. Wake up. Like, I know you just got home, but wake up. I put on a podcast, or I put my little thingies in, my little earphones. I put on a podcast and I knock out some vital behaviors. So what I do is I go into my team page and I recognize a coach, because one of our vital behaviors is recognizing somebody every day and for their hard work, no matter who it is. I go in and I recognize a coach every single day because I love my team, and that's what I do. I also add 30 new people every single day to my Facebook. And I will start some of my Facebook connections, and I'll kind of talk a little bit about each one of these things after I go through my day. But I just kind of I just scroll through Facebook and I knock out some connections. I'll do some messages, or I'll do some comments here and there, and just like really being present on social media and Facebook. Right there, guys, that's 15 minutes that Energize is kicking in that I just knocked out almost 4 vital behaviors. I already recognized somebody. I already added new people. I already did my personal development, and I'm halfway done my connections. That's pretty freaking good. And it's like, I hadn't even worked out yet. Like, this is at like 6 a.m. So then I get up, I work out, and while I'm working out, I post to my Instagram story. So I always share my workouts on Instagram story. I'm obsessed with Instagram story. So I share my workout there, and then I get ready, and while I'm eating breakfast before work, I go to work at like 7:45. When I'm eating breakfast before work, guys, I don't just sit and eat breakfast. I make sure that I'm always doing something. That is what I do. I'm always doing something. So when I'm eating breakfast, I have my laptop right here and I finish my Facebook connections. I show up on social media. I make sure that my social media posts for the day are either scheduled or at least written out, so that I can just throw them up later when I get out of work or whatever time I want to post. But I always make sure that they're written out and they're ready to go. Just so I'm always one step ahead of the game, right? And I'm still at breakfast, okay? So I'm knocking this shit off. So typing it out, editing my stuff, still eating breakfast. I'll do some more Facebook connections, and then I will go to work from 7:45 to like 3:45-ish or 4 o'clock. And then throughout that day, throughout my lunch break as well, I'll be responding to messages and still showing up on Facebook. Like, I swear to God, every time I'm on Facebook, I make sure that I'm commenting on new people's stuff. I'll talk about what I do, but like random stuff, or I'll send messages, like always showing up, replying to people's messages throughout my work day. When I can, some days I can't. But during my lunch break, I also do that. And then I come home from work, and when I come home from work, I usually have like this moment of, I don't know if anybody watches Friends, but the character on the show Friends, Monica Geller, like I am her. So I clean all day long. Like I'm like scrubbing the table, and Andrew's like, my boyfriend's like, you need to like relax. So every single day when I come home, guys, I literally do like a 15-minute clean so that I can get my surroundings ready for the night. Okay, so I do my cleaning, I do some errands, whatever, and then I sit down and I get to work. So I sit down for like, I would first, when I sit down at this like work block time, I usually do any live videos that I need to do, whether it's in my team page or like my challengers. I check in with my challengers right here too. At this moment, it's like 5:30-ish. So I do my live videos, I check in with my challengers, make sure I'm posting on my challenge group, and then I have dinner. And then right after dinner, I sit down for probably 20 minutes and I do all of my messages, all of my invites, and all of my follow-ups, which I'm going to talk about. And then it's like 8 o'clock. And then for the rest of the night, I have to do my homework. So I get that in too, right? I'm a graduate student, so I have to get my homework in. And then I go to bed at like 11 o'clock because I'm doing homework. So I literally, as you can see, I told you everything about my life just then, because I want you guys to realize that like if you are busy, you need to schedule like every hour of your life. Like I know in the morning when I'm drinking my Energize, it's not like, yeah, I'm going to do some vitals. It's like, no, I'm going to recognize somebody, I'm going to add my people, and I'm going to start my Facebook connections. Like really make those, like set those things up. It's like when you go to your full-time job, guys. I don't know what you guys do for work, but when you show up to work, when you first get there, what do? Right? It's kind of like you need to make a schedule, and you need to set your business hours, and you need to set your business hours smart. So like, you're not just saying, okay, from 4 to 5, I'm going to work. Like, no, from 4 to 4:15, what are you going to do? Are you going to add your people? Are you going to send messages? Like, what are you going to do? So really make that specific. You have time, guys. I tell my girls this all the time. When people say like, I don't feel like I have time to get my vitals in, I don't have time. Like, think about where you guys were right before you started these fitness programs. That's everybody. That was your excuse, wasn't it? That was my excuse. I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to work out. And now look at us crushing it, right? It's the same thing. Our business is the same freaking thing as fitness. It's the same thing. I don't have time for my vitals. It's just like when you were saying months ago or whenever you started, I don't have time to do my workout, and now you do it every single day. You make time, right? So think of it really as that same thing. I don't have time to do my vitals, but you really do. You just have to make time. And that's huge, huge, huge. I always tell my girls when they're like, oh yeah, I didn't have time for that today. It's like, well, months ago, you didn't have time to work out, but now you never miss a workout, girlfriend. So you do have time. You got to make time. That's huge. So always remember that. So I want to talk a little bit about how I run my business, because it's very different. I think it's very, very different than a lot of people. And a lot of people probably judge the shit out of me for it, but that's okay. I've gotten over it. So I've been coaching for over 2 years. And I have had a lot of up and downs trying to find my groove to run my business, right? It's really, 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 really important for you to run your business the way that feels good to you. And I'm going to explain that. I cold message. I always have, and I always will. When I first started cold messaging people. That's just what I was taught to do. And I never was nervous about it. I didn't ever feel icky about it. Some people do and some people don't. And that's totally, totally, totally fine. If you're like, oh, icky, I don't like cold messaging, that's fine. Just hear what I have to say. I cold message because I think of what, this sounds crazy, but just think about it. Just listen. I think of how I feel when I get messages, okay? Because we all get messages, right? We all get messages. So yeah, is it annoying when somebody messages me their link, and they've never talked to them before, their link, and they're like, oh my God, you're so pretty, please help me towards this promotion, blah, blah, blah. Has anybody ever had those messages sent to them, or is it just me? Okay. I'm like, oh my God. Great analogy, Ash. Like, oh my God, here's the link, please. I'm trying to hit this big goal. Like, please help me, like, buy something. That is icky. That is not what I do, right? That's not what I do. I'll tell you what I do. But yes, those are annoying, right? But I personally have experienced in the past people, so like, for example, I had a girl reach out to me about when my dog this was actually recent, my dog had a horrible surgery. He went in for neutering and it went really wrong. He like almost bled out. It was like terrible. And I posted a picture of him saying like, oh, he's good, whatever. So this girl had messaged me and she was like, hey, like asking about my dog Jack, like genuinely. And I was like, oh my God, that's so nice. Like, I'm talked to her, like, that's really, really nice. And she was like, I'm just really worried. Like, I love my dog. Like, we really connected. And it was just like a couple messages. And then that night, like 8 hours later, she was like, oh, and by the way, like, I'm selling this like product and like you would really, really benefit from it. And like, you could totally help me hit my goal. And I'm like, okay, like, did you not care about my dog? Like, I'm mad. Like, I was pissed, right? I was like, that doesn't feel good. That didn't feel good to me. I'm like, if you don't really care about my dog, like, don't talk about, like, don't ask me about my dog. And like I said, everybody is different, but you need to do what feels good to you. So those types of things, it's happened to me a million times about random stuff. And it's like, did you just message me about my very sick dog because you wanted to then get me to join your thing? So those types of experiences have really just solidified the way that I do my business. I don't know. I don't really care about cold messaging. I've never really been icky or felt weird about it. There was a point in my business, probably 2 times throughout the last 2 years, that I tried to change what I was doing because everybody was saying, oh, I don't like cold messaging. That's not how you run your business. You're not building connections. That's icky. No. Don't cold message. So I was like, wow, I hope I don't, like, that's not my goal. Like, that's not how I'm trying to come off. So like, maybe I should like not cold message. So I stopped cold messaging, and the first connection message that I made, I watched a ton of trainings on it, and I really believed that I was like being genuine, and I sent a girl a message that I never talked to before, really just connecting. And it was like a genuine connection. It wasn't like fake or anything. It was like real. And that was the one person that I literally almost cried. People don't make me cry. I cry when I'm mad, not like sad. She almost made me cry. She was so mean. And I was like, damn, like that is a freaking sign to the universe that like you need to do what works for you. If you try to change your business because what everybody else is doing, it's not going to work. You need to send genuine ass vibes into the universe. And then I was like, oh my God, I never want to send a message like that again. That was terrible. So then I kind of got over it. And a couple days later, I went back to it, doing the whole like connection messaging first. And it didn't work. It didn't work. I had 5 more people be so rude to me. And I was like, what the heck? So the universe was literally telling me like, stop. So the next day, this is a true story, guys. I'm not just like blowing smoke here. The next day I was like, no, I'm not. Let's not fix what's not broken, whatever that quote is. Like, let's go back. Let's go back to the basics, like what I do. Let's go message. That next day I signed up 4 people in one day. 4 people. Boom, 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 boom. Just like that. And I was like, okay, literal? I don't know who is up there or what the hell you all believe in, but like something just happened. Like the universe just literally like solidified my whole do what works for you. So I cold message very strategically though. I also do connection messages. So I kind of do a 50-50. because I genuinely believe that it's very, 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 very important. And this business is about genuinely making connections with people, and getting to know them and getting to know their goals and what they've been through in the past and what hasn't worked for them in the past and all of that good stuff. So I also do connection messages, but my invites are, I do 15 invites and 15 follow-ups every single day. When I say 15 invites, I mean 15 cold messages. And I don't get a lot of people that are mad about it. I don't get a lot of people that are like that feel icky about it, because my messages aren't like, hey, I'm actually gonna pull them up. I don't know why I haven't pulled them up. They're not like, hey, buy this product right now. Like, I need to hit the goal by midnight. Like, please do it. Like, no. My cold invite, sorry guys, I totally should have had this up. I'm such an ass. Okay, it's right here. This is what it says. I'm literal gonna read it to you, word for word. My cold invite says, hey girl, actually I delete girl and I use the name. Hey Megan, you've been in my feed lately and I've been meaning to message you for a few days now to get to know you. Super random, but I love to connect with people through social media. I'm passionate about helping other women reach their goals and become more confident and healthy if it's a good fit for them. No pressure at all. Just wanted to say hi and see if you'd want more info. Done. I've had so many people message me being like, wow, that was so refreshing. Or like, thanks for not sending me a link. Like, and some people, and I'm not saying everybody, like there's some people that are like, nah, no, good, thanks, stop messaging me. Like, we all get those people. But I feel like that is very different than, hey girl, like, you're so pretty, try my product. Or like, I don't even know. I can't even think of, you know, those, everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna get into that. So I feel like those are just very different. So surprise, yes, I cold invite 15 to 20 people every single day. And how I kind of track that, because people are like, how the hell do you like do that? So when I add 30 people a day, I have everything in Excel. I have all my Facebook friends in an Excel spreadsheet. So when I add 30 people a day, when they accept my friend request, they go into the bottom of my list. And when I first started, it just kind of started my funnel, right? So like when I first started, I had all those people, and then I had like, okay, let's invite 10 people. So I invited 10 people. And then that's when my funnel started working, because then I had people up here to follow up with. So it's just kind of like a rolling thing. When people accept my friend request, they go right into that Excel spreadsheet, and that's where I do my invites from, period. And that's where I do my follow-ups from. If I showed you my Excel spreadsheet, it would not make sense to any of you, because your tracking system will only make sense to you, because we're all different. So it's just straight up Excel spreadsheet. Like, I'm about the whole like invite follow-up column, like yes, no, check off the boxes, guys, check off the boxes. So that's kind of how I do my invites and follow-ups. And my connections, when I say, like earlier when I was like, okay, that's when I do my Facebook connections and my Instagram connections. My Facebook connections, I do a lot of thanks for the love on my post messages. I love those because they're right up my alley, because it's genuine, because it's like, I love my people on Facebook, and I really do. I'm like, holy shit, even if I never invited you before, or even if I did invite you and you said no, I'll still be like, thank you for liking my post. Like, that was really freaking hard to post. So I do a lot of those happy birthday messages to kind of like my warmer market. And then I do a shit ton of comments. And I do that because I want to be present on social media. Like, I want everyone to see my name on every damn picture they see on their newsfeed. Like, I want them to see that I commented, right? And it's just good if you're on Facebook. So, and I like people's stuff. Like, if you have a cute dog, you best believe I'm going to be commenting, WTF, I want your dog. Like, that's just who I am. So making those connections, and then they're like, oh my God, I love your dog. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. And then we're like, just became friends. So like, it's that simple, guys. So that's how I do my connections, period. My invites I talked about, my follow-ups I talked about. What else was I gonna talk about? Oh, is this all making sense? I talk wicked fast, so like, I'm so sorry. Am I like, all right? Okay. So my whole thing with Success Club. Parched. My whole thing with Success Club is that you need to show up, and I know Megan has said this a million times. I know that you do, because everybody says it. You need to show up like a CEO if you want to be paid like a CEO. If you want this to be your job, if you want to make X amount of dollars, you have to show up. I can honestly say that there has been minimal days that I have not showed up for my business. Even when I wanted to quit, even when my vibe was wicked low, I showed up every single day and I never stopped. And that is literal the one reason why I can hit Success Club, period. Because I have a secret for you. People on Facebook, okay, showing up on Facebook, right, on social media is how you show up to your job. That's how people trust you. People are waiting for you to quit. They're waiting for you to end this quote unquote phase of coaching or whatever. They're waiting for it. So prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. If you want people to really take you seriously in your business, you have to be showing up on social media every single day with valuable content, guys. You have to. Because if you're not showing up every single day, how are people going to trust you with their health and fitness? That is such a vulnerable and scary thing for people. So they really need you. Like, I feel like people really started to be like, damn, it's been 8 months and Ashley's still posting on Facebook. Damn, it's been like 2 years and she's still showing up on Facebook and she hasn't slowed down. She's never gone away. And that's what you need to prove to people, right? So it does take time to really build that trust and build that business. But if you're not showing up, you're every single day, you're not going to hit Success Club, guys. There are billions of people in the world, and Success Club is a mindset. It's a decision. So let me tell you how I hit Success Club 6 on the 1st of every single month. I think I've missed maybe 2 months. I hit it on the 2nd of this year. I can't remember. But what I do is I work my freaking tail off in the beginning of the month, and at the beginning of the month, so that I know I'm going to hit my goal. Okay. The last week of every month, I should have brought a calendar. The last week of every single month, my mindset. So, okay, what's today? Today's August. This is August. Yeah. So the last week in August, I'm thinking about September, unless I haven't hit my Success Club goal. If I'm like not at 20, then I wouldn't do this. But honestly, if like my mind on the last week of August is on September, because I want 3 to 4 people that are solid. I mean, like people that like, not like, shit, is she ever gonna like finish that enrollment? Like, no, like solid people, 3 to 4 solid people who will enroll on the 1st. I send them out on the 1st of the month, right before I go to work in the morning, so that when I get home from work, I'm at Success Club 6 on the 1st of every single month. And I do that by, I tell my girls this all the time, and they're like, you're crazy. You can hit Success Club in one day. Why? Because Success Club is a decision. It is a mindset. It is one decision. If you're going to get up and work out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up and work out, right? It's the same thing. Do not go to bed until you meet your goal. Guys, there are billions and billions and billions and billions and billions. I actually don't know how many people are on Earth, but like I'm guessing. There are billions of people on Earth. Honestly, you need 3. Don't overcomplicate it. You are freaking yourself out and you're overcomplicating it. If you are feeling overwhelmed with Success Club, you can hit it in one day. 3 people. There's billions of people. There's billions of people. You need 3 of them. 3. Well, 2.5, but like 3. Just say 3. 3 people. Work your freaking tail off at the end of the month for the 1st of the next month. So August, the end of August, you bet your bottom dollar that my brain is on September, so that I can wake up on September 1st and I know that I hit Success Club. And you want to know why I do that? So I am prepared. I'm all about being prepared, guys. Be prepared. Be one step ahead of the game. So when I'm at Success Club 6 on the 1st, guess where my vibes are? I am high. I'm a baller. Like I'm feeling good about my business if I'm at Success Club 6 on the 1st. So what does that do? That goes momentum. Like it just brings up all the vibes and you're like, yes, like I got it. And you can relax a little, not relax in your business, but relax in your mindset. You're not like scrambling to hit Success Club 6 at the end of the month. You've got it in the bag on the 1st. Then you have the whole rest of the month to bust your ass, or the whole next 3 weeks to bust your ass and get to your Success Club goal. And then that last week, again, do it over again. Make your mindset the next month. That's kind of what my marketing plan is, because if I hate not being at Success Club, like by the first, I cannot, because I'm like, it just makes me anxious because it's my goal. It's my biggest goal. I love Success Club. And that's my thing. So that's what I do for my marketing plan. And that's kind of how my brain has shifted. But like, I understand how, I don't know what your Success Club points look like or whatever. But the first 7 months of my business, guys, I was hitting Success Club 6, 8, back to 6, maybe 10, back to 6, 4, back to 6, 10, 6. Then, beautiful thing happened. I started tracking my business and I started believing in myself. 2 things. It was November of 2016. I'll never forget it. I was putting in work for like 6 to 7 months and I was showing up every single day. And I was getting frustrated because I was like, I'm at Success Club 6. I'm Emerald and I'm pissed about it because I show up and nothing's happening. And I almost quit. I can absolutely honestly say that I almost quit. I was like, I love this business and I believe in this business, but like maybe it's not for me. And I'm like, that is a bullshit. Sorry if I'm swearing and there's children, but like that is a bullshit lie that I'm telling myself. It's another one of those false belief stories. No, another one of those self-limiting beliefs, guys. Get it out of your head. So I had a moment of like, oh my God, no, I am not, that's not going to be my story. So I drew my line in the sand, just like I did when I started my fitness journey. And I said, I'm doing this business and I'm actually going to freaking crush it. In the beginning of November, I said this. I started using a business activity tracker on Excel. So I really was tracking every single thing. I was checking it off the list every single day. And I really had a moment of like, no, I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I freaking can. And that January of 27, it would be January 2017, I hit Success Club 36. And I think I've only hit that high one other time. It was the highest. I went from 6, 10, 8, 6 to Success Club 36 because I had a mindset shift. And I realized that hitting Success Club was a decision. And I was showing up every single day. So that's super, super, super important, guys. It kind of just like blew me out of the water. And then I was like, oh, crap. Now I have to like actually hit Success Club 36 every month. And I like freaked out. But I was like, no, I can do this, right? I just hit Success Club 36, so I can do it, right? And I had just like these moments of, nope, I'm going to do it. Nope, I'm going to do it. Success Club is not that hard. 3 people every single month. Like, let's keep going. And the momentum rolled and I haven't stopped since. And that's because I really had this shift of like, I know I've showed up every single day for X amount of like, at this point, I've showed up every day for almost 2.5 years. And people are like, damn, okay, she's real. Like, she's not going to quit anytime soon. She's annoying. So they know that I'm the real deal. Like, they know that I will help them. They know I show up for my people, right? They know. So they trust me. So show up on social media every single day. Do your vitals every single day. And remember to believe in yourself. Remember to keep track of your business. And remember to show up. 3 people, guys. 3 people. That's all it takes to hit Success Club. And that's when I started, I implemented the whole like last week of the month thing, like almost a year ago. And I've loved it ever since. I think my lowest in the past like year has been 22. So it really does work. Like this business works and it can do wonders for you, but you have to show up and you have to really take these tangible items and put them into action and not just be an information collector. That's huge too. Like, when I say like, I'm not saying like you have to do what I'm doing, but when I say like I focus like my last week of August for September 1st, don't just take that in, like try it, see if it works for you. Take it into action, like implement it, give it time, but actually do it and see if it works for you. So what else did I not talk about? Let me check notes. Do you have any questions?
I have a couple questions and things that I want to go over. I think this is like awesome. This is a whole new perspective for our team. Like I've always known what you do, but no one else not many people on our team really know what you do, or how you do and how you crush and everything. So I think this is amazing. So first question, how many hours a day would you say in total? Because I know it's broken up throughout your day. How many hours a day would you say you work your business?
When I first started or right now?
Now.
I would say, well, because as you know, Megan, once you start like building to like 1 star and above, you have a lot of coaches under you. So I do like work. I put a lot into my team. I would probably say, gosh, I've literally never thought about this. Give me 1 second. So if I do that hour, 2, I would say like 2.5 hours, like very broken up, maybe 2.
You guys, people think that this takes so much work. She just said she works her business 2.5 hours every single day. That's it. 2.5 hours. And she crushes it because she focuses on her time management, like she talked about. Okay, next question. You said you do 15 invites a day and 15 follow-ups. I know some of you girls on here are doing like 20, 30, 40, 50 invites a day. She does 15 super focused invites, 15 follow-ups. Like I'm sure you do more on some days, but that's like your normal average day to day is 15. And on behind the scenes, this is one thing that you didn't talk about. But if you guys go look at Ashley on Facebook, Ashley Ferrence, if you put the cursor over her name here, you can like see how her name's spelled. I think it's super important to point out that her social media content 100% backs up her invites. So if she sends this cold message to somebody, they can go to her social media, her Facebook page, and it's not like, buy this from me, I'm a Beachbody coach, you should do this workout with me and buy this from me. No, she is like sharing her journey. She's talking about coaching. She's telling stories on her social media, and she's sharing about her personal life. But I think what's important there is it's important to share your personal life, but if someone comes to your page, they need to see within a couple scrolls that you have something to offer, that you're into fitness, that you have a business opportunity or something. Your social media is your storefront, and Ashley absolutely kills her social media as her storefront. So her social media backs her up 100%. She's talking about publicly what she's talking about privately. Same thing, which I think is so, so key. And then what does your follow-up system look like? So do you wait like 2 days? Do you schedule it out? What do you say in your follow-ups? Do you follow up if people don't respond? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was on my notes, and guess who didn't talk about it? Me. Okay, so here I am scrolling because I didn't pull it up. Okay, so just read Get It Over Your Damn Self. I just saw that in the comments, and now it's gone. I don't know who said that. That book changed my business. 100%.
Same.
Changed my business. I read Miracle Morning. I read You Are Badass. I read all that shit. It's great, but that book right there, I like literal was like, oh my God, I'm a new human being. Okay, follow-ups. If people don't respond to my cold message, you bet your bottom dollar I'm messaging them again. Okay, because I am. Because that no means not right now. And do you know how many people, oh my God, I wish I kept a statistic, honestly, how many people don't, I invite them, they do not answer. I follow up with them, they do not answer. And then months later, they're like, okay, I'm ready. And they have never talked to me before, and they have ignored all my messages. And I can't even, there was 1 month where I hit Success Club 32 and I kept track, this was a couple months ago, and every single one of them but one was a follow-up, and like most of them never answered my first message. That goes to show something, guys. People are watching even if they're not answering, even if they say no. So if I send a cold invite and they don't answer, I wait. So I send a cold invite and they don't answer, I wait like 1.5 to 2 months. I'll do like a 2-month thing. And how I really run my follow-ups, I don't like schedule it or anything. Like I said, I just work off of an Excel document. So my funnel is like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like I have my list of people, and then I have an invite and a follow-up column. So I invited so many people back when I was really building my business. I invited so many people every single day that the follow-ups just kind of like went in like a system. So like I have like 1,000 people that I have like invited, but only 200 that I have followed up with. So I just kind of go down my 2 lists, if that kind of makes sense. It's really, really hard to explain. But if they don't answer, I wait like 1 to 2 months, and then I follow up again with like, hey, you just popped up on my page and I know I reached out already, but life changes so fast and didn't know if now is a better time to chat about what I do. Again, no pressure. Just let me know if I should take you off my list. Super simple. So that's what I send to people who don't respond. So I send that. And if they don't respond again, I wait I don't know, follow-ups are weird. I would wait like 4 months. Like I know people do like a 2-day follow-up, like a 1 week follow-up, then 1 month, 2 month, 3 months, but like not when people are not answering me, because it is a cold invite. So I kind of just like back off of that for a little bit. For people who reach out and say, and to my cold message and say like, yeah, maybe in a couple months, like I take that name and I put it in my phone. I'm on my phone. I was just looking for my phone. Woo! I put it in my phone on my calendar. I'll put like Megan on the date. If it's like if somebody did that today and said like, yeah, I'll follow up with you in a couple months, or like I can't join until a couple months, I'll put like November, I'll put like October or November, and I'll pick a date and put their name in so I get a reminder. I do it every single time. And that's kind of how I schedule those types of follow-ups when people are like, yeah, I get paid, I have to wait until like 2 paychecks. I get paid like September 9th. Like I'll go into my phone right up because I don't remember that. And that sometimes I'm on the go, so I like don't have my computer with my Excel sheet, so I just put it in my calendar, super easy. But like I said, when people don't answer, I still follow up with them within 2 months. And if they don't again, I wait like another 3 to 4 months follow up. And if they don't answer again, then I take them off my list. Even though people say like it takes like 6 to 8 times, I stop after 3 just because it is a cold message. So I don't know, it doesn't feel good to me, so I don't do it basically, even though everybody says like you have to follow up with them 8 times like within a certain period for them to say yes or whatever that thing is. It doesn't feel good to me, so I don't do it. Basically that's the moral of how I run my business. If it does not feel good to me, if any time I feel icky, like if I have a cold invite, a follow up and a follow up within like a 6-month period, I'm not going to follow up with them again. Like I don't feel good about that, so I don't.
No, and I love that. And I want you guys to recognize the difference between something that feels icky versus getting uncomfortable. You have to get uncomfortable in this business. Like if you're like, oh, I'm afraid to send invites, you have to do that. That's not something you can get away from. Like I'm sure, Ashley, you were uncomfortable sending those invites, but that type of invite felt better to you than connecting and then sending an invite. So recognize that difference of being icky versus getting uncomfortable. You will never meet a successful person that did not get uncomfortable or that got it right in the first time. Like everyone kind of feels forward. And I also want to point out how you said you kind of stop after X number of invites. And it's kind of comical because today I messaged somebody who I had followed up with multiple times, and I knew that we were coming on and we were going to kind of talk about this today. And so I went back and I counted how many times I followed up with her. I followed up with her 8. This was my 8th time today following up with her after no response, no response, no response, no response, no response. And today, all my message said was, and I looked through the messages too, and my invites and follow-ups, they got better as I went because the first message was back in 2016. And I got better as I went because, you just get better and you learn as you go kind of thing. But my invite or follow-up today said, her name's Ashley too, but I was like, hey Ash, I'm enrolling for my August boot camp that's kicking off on Monday and just wanted to check in and see if you want more info. Like it was super short like that. It had been a few months since I last followed up. And this time she was like, you know what, send it over. I'm ready. And I was like, I told you guys before, I followed up with Rachel 14 times, 14 freaking times. And that one was a different scenario because she did show interest, but this other girl, she had not responded at all. And so kind of feel it out. Like Ashley said, what if it feels icky to you, then don't do it. It might come off as icky then kind of thing. Love that. I think, let's see. Does anyone have any other questions for Ashley? Emily, yeah, let me unmute you quick. Go for it.
Okay. Hi. First of all, thank you for taking your time to do this because obviously you are very busy. And I guess my question would be, my biggest, I feel like, thing that I'm struggling with right now is having time because I have a 2-year-old and a 9-month-old. And so my biggest thing that I struggle with is having time. I can do the workout, I can drink the Shakeology, do my personal development. I love doing all that stuff. But what I struggle with is having time to actually like make a nice picture and then like type out like a decent, like engaging kind of post and then do the hashtags. So I've been kind of looking into the scheduler things like the Hootsuite and stuff like that. And I know I haven't asked you about this, Megan, so I don't mean to be like not asking you, but just wondering, like, for anybody, do you use anything like that, like a scheduler, or do you like plan out your posts or your content at all?
Yeah, so that's a really good question, and I'm very, very salty about this right now. So, okay. So, I have religiously relied on the last year and a half of my business. I actually sit down on Sundays for 45 minutes to an hour, and I scheduled out from Monday to Friday, so I never had to think about it. Okay.
What was it called?
It's called post-cron, but just hold on. Just hold on. It's very touchy. It's very touchy. So weeks ago, I happened to anybody else, but so I for post-cron, like I paid like almost $200 to be able to post, like you don't free, but when you want like other things, like I just bought the whole package. So 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I think it was, my posts were being from like they weren't posting. Like I never thought about it, and I went on my Facebook and posted like all day, and I was like, that's weird. And apparently, I don't know if it's fixed. I need to go check because as of 2 days ago, it wasn't fixed. Facebook is blocking third-party posting. So like Postcron and Hootsuite are being blocked from Facebook. Like I said, I haven't, and it happened to my whole team. So I don't know if anybody on here does it, but I don't know. That's what happened to me. It's literal terrible. I don't know if it happened to anybody else, but I've had a really hard time with it because I literally don't also feel like I don't have time to do that, but that's just me saying I don't have time and I need to get over myself because I do have time because I can make time and I have been making time to do it. But I need to check if it's back. But Postcron is the one I used. I actually just scheduled out every single post. And it was like genuine to me because I am Monica Geller. I schedule out everything, so I know what I'm doing. So like on Wednesday morning, I will not post a workout. Like I didn't schedule a workout picture because I wasn't working out because Wednesday is a rest day, right? So you have to be really diligent about like being real and genuine and not posting things that you're not actually doing. Like I would never post that I worked out if I didn't actually work out. So I got really good at like kind of finagling that, but I didn't really have to think about it. But now that for the past 3 weeks, I've been typing them out and editing my photos and stuff, and it does take a lot longer, but I make sure to do that in the morning. So what I do now is on Sundays, I sit down with a piece of paper and I write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Monday through Friday. And I write down, okay, what are my 2 good Facebook posts going to be for each day? So I'll write down like for Monday, I'll do like, I don't know, like my workout picture, and then I'm trying to think of this week, and then like a team call picture. So 1 workout and 1 like business coachy post. So then during breakfast, when I was talking about my daily schedule and social media, that's when I kind of sit down, I edit my picture real quick, and I type up the caption. I love posting on social media, so it does come naturally to me to write out a caption super fast. But